Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Globetrotters dropped in FC25 yesterday and delivered a huge W in one specific part of Ultimate Team. Evolutions, not just because of the two good evos that we had yesterday, but because of this big message right here. The fact that EA is giving us brand new evos every single day during this promo for the whole next week. This is going to be crazy, guys, not just for evos and the content we're going to get there, but for the market. We're already seeing the evos that dropped yesterday take a toll on the market, making some prices go up, but a lot of prices go down as people are creating insane new evo cards, and that's going to happen throughout the whole next week. So we have to really talk about the market and where things are going to be headed, and of course look over all of yesterday's Globetrotters content with the Nani SBC and a new friendly mode that only allows us to use evolutions. It's going crazy, guys. So if you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up on it, and of course subscribe if you are new. Let's start by actually looking at the promo team of Globetrotters, and it was basically as leaked. All the cards we looked at in yesterday's video, EA did add in some more. A lot of fodder in this promo team, let's be honest, but also again with the chemistry boost that these players have, as advertised, as expected. All of these players do give the chemistry boost of basically double chemistry, right? This is the example that they show of Salah in the menus. They give 2 nation points, 2 club points, and 2 league points. So again, all you need to get one of these players on chem is a manager league or an icon in your squad, and boom, they're on full chemistry. It's that easy. Now, there are some gems inside of this promo team, I'll be honest. This Oscar card for 50, 60K, probably going to be cheaper today anyway. That's an incredible card. 4-star, 4-star, sure. Not the greatest of links, but as we just mentioned, he goes basically into any team. Tiki Taka with those stats, that's a budget beast right there. I also think they did a pretty good job of upgrading Chucky Lozano, bringing back a FIFA legend. This is a very OP super sub card from previous years. 5-star skills, only a 3-star weak foot, but all you need him for is that pace, and he's got the right wing. I think he's got inside forward plus. Podolski has a nice card in here. I really like this Jolinton card too. A cheap, gonna be cheap. Right now, still 170,000 coins, up 20K. He's going to drop today, right? A lot of these cards will. But that's a nice Premier League midfielder with a roll plus there. Brahim Diaz got a big boost. Of course, the Suarez card looks crazy. I was actually lucky enough to pack from an 85+ player pick from the season pass this Douglas Luiz yesterday, and he's really good. Links very nicely to the newly upgraded Kefrem Turam that I have, and I know a lot of you guys have as well. So it's a decent promo team. I mean, the pack weight doesn't look that insane. A lot of these cards are pretty rare, and like I mentioned, I do expect them to drop a lot today, but I think before they drop a lot, I think there could be some rises this morning. I just picked up a Brahim Diaz. He was extinct at 350,000 coins. Right now, he's right around 400K. I think that people are going to wake up today, want to try a couple of these cards out. You'll see a bit of a rise, but then I think you're going to see a drop, because to me, honestly, some of these are still overpriced at the current prices that they are. So that's kind of the promo team for now. We'll look more into those prices, of course, in tomorrow's video as we see them moving. Now let's go to objectives, where things really get interesting, because we can actually have a chance to pack one of those promo cards in a guaranteed player pick. The Globetrotters campaign guarantee, a 1 of 5 max 87 Globetrotters player pick is the final reward. This is actually kind of a W. Now, I wish they would have increased that overall to max 88, because if it was, there would be so many good cards that you could potentially pack from this. Being max 87, you've got the Estupinian, you've got Podolski, Chucky Lozano. Those are basically the best players, and Jolinton that you can get from it that are 87 rated. Most of them are fodder, but it's a 1 of 5, so the chances of you packing at least somebody who's kind of interesting is pretty decent, and it's a nice, easy objective to get done. You just have to play a few games of squad battles, which of course a lot of people are doing anyway to get the mode mastery players. Of course, those rewards are going to be tomorrow on Sunday, so make sure if you want to grind that, go ahead and do it. There's 2,000 SP in here as well, and a couple of decent packs, an 83 double and 83+ player pick, so not super crazy, not super hard, but a decent little reward there. This is the interesting objective though, the Evo Elites, which is tied to the Evo Elites friendly mode. Now, the rewards is what make this really interesting. Chip shot plus Evo. So we not only have Evos for roll plus pluses, like the classic 10 that we had last week, but now we have Evos for playstyle pluses. I mean, elite chips here, you score 1 chip shot in the Ultimate Team friendly, you get this Evo. Down the line here, you get a press proven plus for playing 10 games in this Evo mode as well. I believe a lot of people are doing golden goal. as it often goes in these friendly modes, but it's the rest of the rewards too that look pretty nice. You get 1,000 SP and an 83 times 10 for winning 12 games in this. You get an 80 times 11 as well, and a couple of other packs and player picks down the line. So honestly, this one's kind of fun because you get to use your Evo players, and in the friendly mode, you might be kind of wondering, can I use all my Evos? Can I not use any of them? It says any evolution or evolution excellence players, minimum 7. Basically, guys, this is what I would tell you. When you go into the squad to make your Evo team, here's what I'd tell you to do. Go into the quality and sort by in progress Evo. If you do this, it's going to show you some of your Evos that are in progress and a lot of them that are done. Just go through this page and whoever you have in here, fill up a squad with it. And I would almost imagine that all of them work. Like my Evo squad at the moment, I can show you guys really quick. My Evo squad is nothing super crazy, and I've easily hit the mark. Even if you haven't done a lot of Evos this year, there's still plenty of Evos that are out right now that you could actually use in this. I actually don't have enough Evos in my starting 11 right now, so let's just put like, I had to put a center back in, probably Couture, Merrifield, Lukiba, and that would work, right? Like technically I Evo'd him, but it doesn't count for the Evos that fit for this. But boom, you can see, well, you can't see, it's behind my face cam, but that is the Evo team that I'm using to go and work through this friendly mode. And it is golden goal, so you're going to have a lot of success there quickly, hopefully, if most people are playing in that manner. So I think that's a really interesting objective, especially asking us to play with Evo cards is pretty cool. We'll see how it ends up throughout this week and how hard it is to get done, but at least try to chip away at it because those rewards are pretty interesting. Now let's go to SBCs, where we had the player of the month Salah. That was the first SBC of the day yesterday. It kind of happened as expected, guys, right? He's 90 rated. We saw the leaks yesterday. Once we saw the stats on the card, we kind of knew that it wasn't going to be that great in terms of a stat boost. 4-star, 3-star. They didn't change a thing. They actually didn't change much at all from this card compared to his inform. Didn't change the playstyle plus. Didn't give him any more playstyles. I don't even think they added a role. Like, he still is right wing, inside forward, plus. A lot of people look at this SBC as an L, but a lot of people look at it as a way to get an upgraded version of Salah in their team for a pretty cheap price, 450,000 coins. It's not bad. Now, as somebody who used Gold Salah, I'm skipping this SBC because I personally feel like the Gold Salah, who's again only a +1, this card is only a +1 over that. I felt like Gold Salah was kind of running out of the meta. Once I got Gold Graham Hansen, I was like, I'm all in on that one. But if you're a Liverpool fan or if you like finesses, this is your guy. His finesse shot is one of the best in the games. He is a really good card. But for me, I'm personally passing on this just because I don't feel like it's going to be in my team for a long time. But it did hurt a lot of right-wing prices yesterday. If you go take a look at that Graham Hansen card, which we'll look at in a second, she is down a lot. A lot of people are doing Salah, and for an okay reason. Again, I just don't like all of the upgrade on the card. You could say go buy the gold. It's kind of the same situation that we had with the Puteus player of the month that was dropped a while back. I did that SBC because I was like, she's going to be in my team for a long time. I want to use her. If that's how you're thinking of Salah, if you want to use him for a long time and lock it in, it's not a terrible SBC for the price that it is. Now, the other SBC yesterday was the end of an era Nani, 5-star, 5-star. What a card. Trickster plus, really good stats. He can play on the left wing, left mid, or striker. I mean, guys, these in-game stats are pretty crazy. 82 attack positioning and 83 finishing is probably the worst stats on the card. If you upgrade those with a chem style, you're looking at an absolutely insane player. Again, the number one problem is how do you link him? He's got finesse chip, he's got technical flair, trickster plus, of course, and Trivella. And he's right-footed, yeah? He's right-footed for those Trivellas. Wow, what a player. He's got winger plus on the left mid and left wing. He's got false 9 at striker. So he doesn't have the best. I think a lot of people would have liked inside forward. Doesn't have the best role pluses, but for only 180K, a FIFA legend, this Nani. I wish I had a cheeky Keylor Navas to pop into the Nani SBC. Not in the game anymore, right? But that's a really nice SBC, man. And of course, people are trying to figure out how to link this guy in their teams. Your obvious links of guys like a Portuguese player in League of Portugal, Gonçalo Ignacio, already up a ton on the market. Carvalho, the hero, already up a lot on the market as well. Luis Figo has an icon card. He's up a good amount. I even saw Eusebio going up on the market yesterday as people were buying Eusebio to link to Nani. A lot of Portuguese players are up, guys. Like even like Cristiano Ronaldo's Total Rush card, which I bought a couple of yesterday, like 310K. I ended up selling him from 340 to like 360. What a player, right? people are wanting to do this SBC so bad that even just all other Portuguese cards on the market are starting to go up. I would say those would probably peak today or tomorrow. Dalot, he's 225,000 coins. He was 190K yesterday on Thursday, 2 days ago on Thursday, and now up to 220, all because of this card. So it's tough to link him. The only other thing you could do if you really want to use this card is make yourself an Evo, right? With all the Evos that are coming out, there's probably going to be some nice combinations. And, you know, maybe you do the Di Maria World Tour Argentina upgrade as well to get some Liga Portugal links. But create yourself a Portuguese Liga Portugal player Evo. There's probably some good ones out there that you could create, especially if you have some of those players from the Milestone Squad Foundations from way back when those were released. You'll be able to get some links to him if you do that. So that was the SBC content yesterday. Let's talk about the big stuff, though. Evolutions, guys. We had not one, but actually not even two. We had a bunch of cosmetic Evos dropped yesterday as well. Purple Prestige, Red Radiance. If you want to do these, they're 25,000 coins a piece. Personally, maybe this is something you use on a card that you use the classic 10 Evo on. If you did that Evo or the wide half plus, and you're like, nah, I really didn't want to go with the normal evolution card design. If you did that, now you actually have a chance to give them something that looks kind of nice. We also had the Red Relic and Purple Prime. So four or five, maybe six cosmetic Evos yesterday. That's pretty crazy. But the Evos that really matter are these two right here. First one is the Attacking Apprentice, which gives Dead Ball Plus. Has some pretty nice upgrades. It is for strikers, guys. A lot of strikers are fitting into this. This Evo is also getting a lot of hype for combinations because it has some pretty high stat limits in here. You got 90 free kick accuracy, 86 long shots, 88 attack positioning. That's kind of the boost, right? You're boosting pace up to 91. Interesting addition of the bruiser playstyle, giving your striker bruiser playstyle. Really interesting. You get Dead Ball Plus as well and Advanced Forward Plus Plus. It's honestly kind of a weird Evo in that regard with the Bruiser playstyle. That's the one that confuses me, and the Dead Ball Plus, but you do get heading accuracy boosted, finishing boosted. It's an all-round decent Evo for a striker. I'm not sure who I'm going to put into that one yet, I'll be completely honest, but there's a lot of people that are using that Evo in combination with the other Evo from yesterday. I think this one is the real winner. Rising Phenom gives Technical Plus. Look how high these stat boosts are, though, on stat limits. 92 ball control, 88 strength, 88 composure. You get Trickster playstyle, which is huge. You get a skill move boost up to 4, up to 91 sprint speed, up to 91 penalties. You get a weak foot boost, Dead Ball regular, Inside Forward Plus, the striker position added to your card. That's huge. Obviously, when you can add a position like the Dino Evo, if you have a right wing, you can add Cam to them. That's incredible for future Evos down the line. Same thing here. You have a right wing, you add striker to them. That's absolutely incredible. And here at the end, you get a huge acceleration boost, huge shot power, dribbling overall boost, technical playstyle plus, and then again, another skill move boost up to 4 with +5 strength. There are not as many insane cards that fit this Evo, but this is where the combinations come in on the Rising Phenom. Like this Evo for Olise right here into Rising Phenom and then into Attacking Apprentice. That creates a card that's not quite as good as his Thunderstruck, but even a little bit better in terms of pace and shooting. You just don't have the Finesse Plus, and he does have a lot worse reactions, I believe. 77 reactions on this card. And this one has a lot better reactions. So if there's nobody that you're looking at right now that you're like, Nate, I got to get this Evo done, or I've already got one in progress, with the news that we had yesterday of Evos coming out every single day, there's no hurry because the chains that could be obtainable by the end of this week could be insane. Of course, there already are cards that are going up, like this Lookman card, right? He went from 25, 26K yesterday all the way to 37,000 coins right now. Cristiano's gold card, he's really popular fitting into the Attacking Apprentice at the moment. Give him that pace boost, a passing boost, and a little bit of dribbling boost. He goes up to an 88 rated there, so his gold card is up in price. There's a ton of informs specifically that are starting to go up, and we'll talk about Evos. If we're getting an Evo every day this week, there might be some investments that we can make, or at least to prepare your club for how this is going to work out. Now, they say daily Evos, right? Probably some of these are going to be cosmetic. I wouldn't sit here and expect to see a new Evo dropping every single day that's going to boost stats, kind of like the ones that we saw yesterday, Evos that we're used to, right? We know EA are going to try to get around this somehow with probably a couple of cosmetic Evos, which I'll be honest, they dropped, that actually is true, 6 cosmetic Evos yesterday. That is a ton. So we're going to have a lot of ways to make our cards look prettier, I guess, if you want to spend coins on it, or maybe if they're free, But I guess that's going to be part of the daily Evos as well. So just kind of set the expectation there. Some really good ones and some that'll probably be not that good. But an Evo every day gives us that potential of something great happening, which we love. Especially with Evos, we feel in control, right? Because you choose who you put in it. If you're doing a past and present, if you're trying to find somebody who fits your main team, right? I love it. We love Evos. And hopefully they carry this Globetrotters promo. Now, with those Evos, as we mentioned, it's going to impact the market a lot. And yesterday, when we saw that content, the SBC content, everything being released, it actually created a bit of a market crash, guys. If you take a look at the index, this is the index icons. Yesterday on Friday, after the rewards on Thursday, market was doing great, right? We had a bit of a rise, especially on the icons. Not everywhere, but the market was up a little bit. Yesterday at content, we had a really, really steep drop off for about 30 minutes. A little bit after that, it had a bit of a rebound as people went to play champs, and now look where we are. We started the day yesterday at 68 points on the index. We're now down at 66. Not a crazy drop, but it really just yesterday kind of set the tone for me of how prices were going to go over the next couple of days. Look at a card like Fede Valverde, who's now right around 100,000 coins. He was 130K yesterday. Look at how much he dropped off. There was no center mid Evo yesterday. There were just new cards that were added to the game. Graham Hansen, as we mentioned, right wing. Yeah, Evo's probably hurt her a bit. Maybe some of the other options in Salah. His SBC hurt her price too, but 280K for her down to 230, 220. Now, some of these cards could rebound back a little bit today, but again, this is how it's making me feel, right? We talked in yesterday's video about how this weekend was probably going to be a time where prices were kind of at their highest before winter wildcards. I'm expecting a bit of a drop. And then yesterday, the beginning of the drop kind of happened. Like, you're already seeing cards dropping off pretty considerable amounts. I'm very glad I sold Tonali yesterday for 545,000 coins right here after the content drop. He went all the way down. He was just 480. He's back up a little bit, but some of the ultimate suck cards that went out of packs, look at Lamine Yamal, 530. He was 600K. Thuram, this card absolutely got destroyed yesterday, guys. Thuram was 950K. He went all the way down to 770. He's 802 right now. Kimmich is down the lowest that he has been. He's now out of packs. A lot of these cards are dropping, especially anything in the mid to high tier. Like we saw as well earlier in the week, right? Everybody's getting Konate right now in tradable. People know that we're heading into winter wildcards. That's why this panic is taking place. There's more people moving into untradeable teams, more people selling the cards that they maybe bought during or before the Black Friday promo happened last week. So you've got some of those cards that have gone up really nice, like this Adiemi. Even he was 280. He's now, 250, a bit of an undercut there, but you're just starting to see a little bit of the market drop off. Now, not everything. These Thunderstruck cards are still doing pretty good. Now, granted, there was a lot of panic yesterday. I bought Isak on the video, right? I bought a couple of him. I was able to sell him right in here. I sold between 550 and 570. He went all the way down to 470 yesterday after content. He's now back up to 520. So the Thunderstrucks still have some hype. I was able to pick up some Reinders, aka Reindeer, at a good price yesterday too, because he still has upgrade opportunity. He was 330. He went all the way down to 300. I picked up 3 there, and he's now like 310. Milan play on Sunday, and that's his chance to get, if they score 2 goals and win, a +1 with the 2 playstyles added, which is all the hype and the rage for these Thunderstruck cards, right? Same thing with like Olise. Bayern play today. I was able to pick up 1. Now looking back, I wish I would have picked up a couple more when he was down here at 460,000 coins, because Bayern play today, and if they're able to score 1 and win, they're playing Mainz, then he gets a +1 in the 2 playstyles later on in the week. So the Thunderstruck cards still, to me, maintain a higher value because of the potential upgrades, but still, I think that means, kind of like the bigger they are, the harder they fall type of concept. I still believe that there's a lot of these cards, like in Isak, maybe even a guy like a Phil Foden, maybe a Saliba. Look at Saliba. He's kind of down. Koundé, 800K. I still believe that a lot of these cards have room to drop, so I'd be very careful with them. And you're even seeing guys like this Hierro. He's down, right? 320. He was 370. 380 on Thursday, and he panicked yesterday from 350 down to 300, back up a little. I think we saw the peak prices for some of the upgraded Thunderstrucks a couple of days ago on Thursday, and we're just going to kind of trend downward from here. And that's kind of how I really expect a lot of the market to really be moving, especially as we get more and more Evos and as we head into winter wildcard. 80K for Proteus. Wow. That's the thing at this time of the year too. A lot of gold cards. We know that gold cards are always on a downtrend, right? I mean, VVD's down under 100,000 coins. That Puteus is getting super cheap. Gold cards are really going to continue to take a hit. So, guys, once again, I would be very careful. Yesterday, the market was a mix. Some prices went up, but a lot of prices went down. I was able to make a few coins yesterday on some good flips, but I also lost some coins trading too. The Ronaldos were good flips for us. This Conte we bought at 480, sold at 570. The Isaks were great, but I lost on Pinchon, bought her for 80K, was hoping she'd go up a little bit. Lost on Girard, I bought those for 185. I even bought Futrades. He's Portuguese, right? I was hoping that he would go up with the Nani SBC, and he really didn't go up that much. He's still 220,000 coins right now as I check. I sold a Tonali here as you see too. So as I do have a few investments here, I did pick up a couple of Brahims just on a cheap price, hoping for a quick flip. A couple of these Kobels. I think this card is a good buy under 20, like 21K is the most I'd pay. 21 flat's a good price for him, because goalkeepers aren't really affected by all of this, and he is one of the most used Ultimate Succession cards. Even though there's no Bundesliga players in this promo, that's just one random investment that I kind of like for a low budget, hoping he goes to like 27 to 30K in the next week, that sort of thing. Before Winter Wildcards is a little risky, but I think we might be able to make some profit there. So I just think the market's going to end up dropping a lot of this weekend, guys. I really do. Now, I think there is some preparation that we can take, though, related to the Evos that are coming. But before we get that, let's talk about what is coming today on Saturday, because we didn't get the Mahrez SBC, right? Yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, Mahrez is coming. Let's go. I really expected to see a promo card SBC of the promo that we're in. And then EA was like, nah, not yet. We're just going to drop the Nani. Well, we have cards, official cards now, that are leaked with official stats. I was saying yesterday I wanted to see a nice Mahrez. I don't know what you guys think about that Mahrez. That's kind of middle of the road for me. If they would have given him 88 pace, I think I would have been like, all right, that looks sick. But we'll have to see. If he's still 5'4", if they give him center attacking mid, that's still a card I'd be interested in trying. First touch plus, I don't know. 91 dribbling, but the 88 passing and 88 shooting, he's probably going to be good. I hope he is cheap. We also have a leaked Debinha with Quick Step Plus. Brazilian NWSL links there, also with great passing and dribbling. We have a Molina card that looks like a cheap La Liga right back. Kind of a budget card, to be honest, low physical. The actually young official card stats here, he is Hullet Gang, but Dead Ball Plus is a bit interesting for him. Hopefully that one's cheap too. And those are all the leaked SBCs that we have at the moment in terms of players. So it really feels like the Evos are what are going to carry this week's content in Globetrotters, and not as much the SBC. So I would expect one of these to drop today. I'm going to guess Mahrez or Debinha. If I had to be honest and guess, we'll see. But really the hype is with the Evos, guys. Like EA said, a Evo every single day. Now the question is, if we had an attacking-based Evo yesterday, is it going to be a midfielder-based Evo today? Is it going to be a defender? Are they going to keep it with attackers? Is it just going to be a cosmetic Evo? We don't know. And we really don't get as many Evo leaks as we used to. Guys, like last year, there would be guys tweeting out, oh, we're getting a center back Evo leak today. Watch out for center backs. And then you would see like Gold Kunde go crazy high on the market because people would be investing off of those leaks. You don't see that as much this year, but there are a couple of leaks here or there, and it does sound like maybe a defender leak is coming, because this guy Foot Agent on Twitter, he's been posting in a very interesting way about some of these Evos. I've showed his tweets before. We take this with a pinch of salt because I don't know if he's tried and true. I don't know if these leaks are 100% accurate, but I think it's worth mentioning because if you take a look at Van de Ven's prices on the market, he is moving a bit. So here's what I would do. If we're looking at Evos, I mean, basically for this whole week, we're going to get Evos for attackers, for midfielders, and defenders. The first thing that I would tell you to do is, number one, just be careful with players that are in your team, especially if it's somebody that could get Evo'd that maybe you have the special card of, like the Lamine Yamal. His special card's dropping because people are evoing his gold version and his inform version, right? If you have a promo version like Trackstar's Van de Ven, that would be a card that I'd be like, yeah, maybe you want to sell right now, especially with people getting the Konate from the season pass. This card's probably just going to drop too. I think he's like, yeah, he's a little bit under 300,000 coins now. If a new insane Evo comes out for Van de Ven that makes him just as good as this card, if not better, then yeah, there's definitely going to be some price drops on a card like this. That's the first thing I would tell you to do. And of course, if a center back Evo hits, a lot of other center backs might drop, right? That's the worry with the market for this week. But the flip side of the coin is, well, what about preparing for one of these Evos? Here's what I would tell you to do. I'm not a big investor in evolutions because it's always a gamble, just kind of like an upgrade pack. You never know what you're going to get when you open an icon pack, right? You never know what you're going to get until the Evo actually drops. And even then, some people might like the Evo, others might not. So is it a good idea to invest in Vanavan? I'm personally not. But what I would tell you to do is, especially for some of the cards that go crazy in price, just prepare by maybe buying somebody that you would want to Evo. If you're a City fan, maybe pick up a Gavardiol Inform. I mean, I'm shouting like this is a potential Evo card that could fit in an Evo. I just sorted by center backs that were rated up to 85 because a lot of the Evos right now are around 85 rated. Maybe they rate 86s. Maybe a higher rated player fits in it, right? But maybe there's somebody on this list here, or maybe there's somebody that's like, you're like, oh, he's an 85 rated card. I really want an Evo version of Shulmany. I'm just going to go buy Shulmany and stock it in the club. It's really more important for like the promo cards, for like a Vanavan, for like a Gavardiol, because if Gavardiol fits a crazy Evo and he goes like up to 25, 30,000 coins extinct, that's kind of what you're trying to avoid, is having to snipe an extinct player if you really want to Evo them. I feel like your opportunity cost here is if you buy Gavardiol and he doesn't fit an Evo, at the very worst, he goes back down to 11 or 12K. That's not a lot of risk. You know what I'm saying? So for some of these special cards, I think it's worth a look at to not necessarily invest in a lot of them, but just buy one for your club. And you know what? We haven't had an Evo that really gives out big boosts for silvers recently either. That's definitely going to be a part of this next week. I would almost guarantee it, since we haven't had one recently. I don't know what position it's going to be for. I don't know what type of cards are going to be able to be boosted. And of course, with silver Evos, we have to be careful, right? Because this is how a lot of people get market banned. I would just tell you this, like for me personally, I would really want to do an Evo for Lucas Bergvall from Spurs. So like I'm going to go pick up a Lucas Bergvall for 250, 350 coins. And then if he fits one that goes crazy, sweet. Maybe I'll buy two and make coins on one and then keep this one in my club so that I can actually do the Evo with him, right? But like, I'm not going to go invest in a bunch of these. I'm kind of investing for the Evo for it to actually drop. Same thing with Archie Gray. I need to get an Archie Gray in the club because I haven't done an Evo for either of these guys, and I need to get an Evo going for them. And if one drops this week, I want to have them in my club. That's kind of the approach that I would take. So I'm not investing a lot in these Evos, but I'm just trying to tell you guys, maybe make an investment here or there if you would like, or just prepare your club for the players you would like to Evo in case they get an evolution. That's what I'll say about that, since that's going to be the main focal point of content for this next week. Now, last thing, content-wise today, on the website about Globetrotters, EA did say that a Flash Rush event was incoming. And let's double check Rush events. Is one expiring today? No. Okay, there's only one right now. It's Pure Fantasy. I think on Saturdays in previous weeks or Sundays, they've dropped a new Rush events. So a Flash Rush event, maybe with an objective tied to it, could be a part of the content drop today. It'd be something to kind of keep an eye on too. That would be like the last thing I would expect today. But new Evo, new player SBC, and of course, I don't even think we're going to get a mini release. I think we have all the Globetrotters and packs that we're going to see. Such a big team, such a, mixture of fodder players, but also some decent players in there as well. And yeah, that should make things interesting today. Of course, we have the normal grind of the FUT Champs games. Everybody's grinding out those for the rewards, for the mode mastery tokens. And I think a lot of people are starting to save packs too for winter wildcards. I think that's worth a mention, whether you're grinding mastery tokens in squad battle rewards, in champs rewards, so you can get an 85-20 or an 85 times 30 that you're saving for winter wildcards next week, or if you're just going to save your FUT Champs rewards in general. That's a conversation I think, or at least a thought process we all kind of have to think through at the moment heading into this week of Globetrotters. So I know a lot of talk about Evos today, guys, but that is the most exciting thing going forward, because Evos, again, like I said, they make you feel in control, and I really hope that EA drops some banger evolutions this week. I'm going to probably not commit to a lot of them right away just to see what else drops, what else happens, and what we're able to get done on this week of Globetrotters, with the Evos being the focal point. That's the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. Last thing I'll leave you with is sell your Thunderstrucks into the hype, and I'll see you in a video tomorrow. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Saturday. Peace.